So deleting everything, just keeping the family type in. Oops. Just a family type. So now I've got a family type. I want to place it, so family instance point and level. So I'm just trying to place this, give it a point, default is 0, 0, and then give it a level, level 1, just place this in. So as you can see, here I've got my column in place. Now I'm trying to get the parameters from this and change them slightly. So if I type in get family parameters, not this. Oh yeah, actually that was right. Okay, if I give this a family, it gives me all the different parameters that I can select. Or if I pick family parameter, it's the same thing. Okay. Make a watch here. Connect this. So there is a top offset that is set to 0. This is only giving me that parameter name here, so I can see that. Also, I can do categories, and through this, I can select certain categories of things. So the same thing, I can go pick the columns and select all my columns through doing the categories. I'm going to show that in a different example later. But I want to pick element category. Get element category. Okay. There. Categories here. Finding the columns. Okay, there. Okay. So I've picked a column, so it basically just gives me all the categories I have, all the categories I have in my model, which is one column. I can give that to, that's not the right one, all elements category, get element category, no, there we go. Okay, so here, based on the columns category, it's giving me all the elements I've got in the model, which is this one column that I've made. As you can see in my watch, there's a element ID to it, so whenever I want to call that element in my model, that's the ID I can call it with. The other use it has if I don't know what is the item I've picked and I'm watching it, I just click on this green thing, it will do a zoom extend for me in that environment. So again, if it's somewhere there and I don't know where that thing is, I'll just click on that. It will do a zoom extend for me so I can find it. Now I've got my element here. I want to make sure that I can change a few things in that. So if I look at the element parameters, element parameter value, also element parameter that. So I can put my element in, it gives me all the parameters that it has, and I can edit. So again, you can see here, if I scroll down, you can find the top offset that is 0 here. That's the same thing I was getting from there. But now I can go in and edit this number. So I would go edit, set a parameter by element, which is not that. Finding stuff is a little bit difficult in Dynamo. As a value is unit type, set the value. There we go. Okay, now if I get a parameter that I know is one of these guys, I'm not sure if that's the right one. Element parameter set value. Okay, there we go. Where did you place it? Set parameter. Set value. There we go, finally. Okay. Here, if I put in my element and I say, okay, I know what parameter name I want to get, and from here it's called top offset. So Revit is case sensitive. I need to make sure I type it right. So I get in a string, which is basically only a text. I put the string in, I type in top offset, capital T and capital O, and then give it a value. So just give it a slider, or maybe we save the number. For now it's 0, but it could also be 200. You can see the column back there is changing. It could be 500, or it could be 600, or it could be a number you generate based on, again, an attractor point as some elements in your thing. So you can, stuff that you have in Revit, you can control them through here. The other thing you could do is to get the parameters directly from here. So these are giving you strings. You can translate those into a text and get that text as a string and give it into that space instead of just typing that in. That's also possible. So if you type in string, it gives you stuff that you can do with the strings. There's also an object to string node that if you have something that has a text but is not really text, it will translate that into a text format. So these are not only dumb text, it doesn't mean anything. Then you can use that string to cut it, only get this part and feed it into the value to make it really a parametric process. So basically that's how to set some parameters into Revit. Just to review quickly, we got a family type that was this column. We placed that instance here based on that point. We get the parameters from this to know what we have to work with. In this case, we wanted to work with the offset top or top offset, and it's only for us to know what we're dealing with. Then you would get the categories, and from categories you can get all the elements in that category. If you have more than one column, you could make get an item from an index from this list and pick one specific item. We talked about how to get things by clicking on that green thing, and then we connect that element to the element set parameter by name. So you need to have the element, parameter name, and the value. We have the parameter name here as well. I'm going to try and see if this works. It doesn't, but if you do an object to string, it should work using that. Yeah, not really, but there are ways to not just type in the name of the parameter you want to change, but actually using the strings to get that for you.